Hello everybody, it is I, Andrew, and today I will be reviewing Atelier Ryza and telling you whether or not I recommend it. Not like my opinion holds any weight though. But before we start, there are a couple things I need to say. First, this is my first Atelier game ever, and because of that, I will be not as knowledgeable on its systems and how they compare to other Atelier games because I haven't played them. So please be gentle with me. Finally, the other thing I need to mention is the platform that I played Ryza on. The platform I did my playthrough of Atelier Ryza on was the Nintendo Switch version, and thus all footage for this video that you are seeing right now is from that version of the game. I think that's all I need to mention? Yeah, anyway, let's begin. The story takes place through the point of view of Ryza Stout, but people just call her Ryza, who lives with her parents on the farm located on the isolated Kirkin Island. She is bored of the island she grew up on and wants to go on an adventure, so she's always making plans with the goal of that happening. Evading chores given by her parents is also a secondary objective. During one special summer day, Ryza and her childhood friends Lint Marslink and Tao Mongarden find an abandoned rowboat and decide to venture to the mainland. This leads to them saving a daughter of a traveling merchant and encountering an alchemist named Impel, who is also accompanied by his companion, Lila. This encounter starts Ryza on learning alchemy and becoming a great alchemist. Through her many adventures, Ryza will discover secrets about her home and the truth behind them. Now that you heard my elementary school level description of the story, what do I think about it? I really enjoy the story. It was consistently interesting without not many dull moments. Due to the gameplay mechanics of the game that were involved with progressing the story, I actually felt like I was making a real contribution to the events that transpired, and thus, it kept me engaged. One thing I may note is that this game's story starts slow at first. It takes a bit for things to start happening, but as soon as they do, oh boy, will you be stuck to the TV screen wanting to see what happens next. Besides the slow start, I would definitely recommend the game for its story alone. So, I like the story. What about the gameplay? Okay, for this section of the video, I will be talking about four main parts of the gameplay. Alchemy, aka your crafting system, harvesting, combat, and your quest. First, we have alchemy, the thing you need to do in order to progress the story. So, you have an item you want or need to make. By gathering materials, you can craft the item you want. Alongside with crafting it, you can also increase its quality, give it specific traits like better healing effects or higher damage. While crafting an item, you can give it more slots so you can put more traits into it. By crafting items or gear, you can discover the recipes for stronger versions of said items and gear. This system creates a massive variety of options and customizations of items and gear that you can create that will better your life as an alchemist. So we know that we need materials to make new items through alchemy, but how do we do that if we don't have said materials in the first place? Well, I'm glad you asked. You do this by harvesting. Harvesting happens by exploring places, from the city streets of your hometown to the deepest of forests. You can find stuff to whack, slash, slam, fish, and so on to find materials. You can also get materials by defeating monsters in deadly combat. This creates a system where you're always out collecting materials needed to make the next big item you want, which adds a good chunk of game time to your playthrough. That is pretty addicting. Now, I mentioned getting materials from monsters, but what's the combat like, you may ask? Well, I'll show you. So the combat takes place on a real-time turn-based battle system. During battles, you can choose actions like attacking, using skills, using items, and moving. Using skills requires AP or action points in order to be used. AP can be earned by using normal attacks. When the bar for your AP is maxed, you can increase your tactics level, which just increases the number of hits and effects of your normal attacks and skills. To use items, you have to use CC or core charges. Items you have equipped need CC to be used, and when it's empty, you can't use your items anymore until it's refilled. CC is refilled by converting your equipped items to it. Be warned though, as doing this locks you out using that specific item you converted. So, I know that is a lot to take in, but there's more. time continues to move on even when it's your turn to act, so you have to be quick on your toes during combat or else you'll suffer. After a battle is over, you'll get XP, which is needed to level up, coal, the game's currency, and materials for use in alchemy. This sounds like a lot, but once you put some time into it, this system isn't so bad. The last big part of the game are the quests. There's nothing tricky about them. Your quest will usually consist of one of the townspeople needing you to get something for them, which is usually items or materials you can find or make. Giving that item to them clears a quest. Most of these quests consist of this structure. There are a lot of systems and mechanics in this game. It takes a while to get the hang of, but it quickly becomes addicting when it clicks. It didn't click with me at first, but once it did, I was having a lot of fun. Atelier Ryza is an interesting game, with a pretty good story that is packaged with many gameplay activities. From the crafting system, material collecting, and combat, this game scratches an itch I never thought I had. To the question of whether or not I recommend it? Yes. Yes, I do recommend it. If this sounds like something that is down your alley, I'm sure you're gonna love it. With that, I have another game I need to wait for to play. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye!